Hello there, Joseph. My name's Cameron.
Hey Cameron, good to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Before we get started on things today, got a couple things to go over with you real quick. Standard stuff for therapy here. We have something called confidentiality here, which means I'm not allowed to say anything about what you're talking about. Everything you say is confidential and stays within this limitation unless you request for me to give it out to somebody.
Okay,
For
sure.
example, you know, like
At
your
work.
workplace. I know your workplace has recommended you to come here.
Yeah.
And there's a few things that would cause me to breach confidentiality. If there's any threat of violence against yourself or anybody else, I am required to inform the police about it just so that no danger happens. Obviously, that's worst case scenario,
Sure.
but I do have to let you know that just in case. And beyond that, we can kind of get into things. Let's start off with just hearing a little bit why you're here.
Yeah, so my work suggested that I came here. I'm a lawyer. I work at a top firm in Toronto. They said that my gambling problem has been getting in the way. I've been doing it on my laptop at work, and it's been distracting me with other clients. Something that I've also been doing is stocks. I've been negatively and kind of obsessively looking at stocks, but I'm getting a lot of money out of it. I'm sometimes losing money too. I'm getting a lot of money out of it as well. Like, stocks are fun, right? There's, you know, stocks are huge. I invest in weed. Like, weed's a big thing right now, right? It's just always up and down, going up. I invest in gold. I invest in other things such as arms.
Oh, okay.
It's very lucrative investment.
By arms, do you mean like
Guns.
weapons? Okay.
Yeah, definitely weapons. It's very lucrative field. So I'm always on the market. I'm always looking at it, and my boss has been saying that, well, you're distracted with your gambling problem, and that I need to address it because I'm not dealing with clients as well as I should have. But I'm dealing with my clients fine. I'm still trying to make time for them. I don't know. I don't think it's a problem. I think my boss is just blowing steam. I think he's just mad about me because I lost a client recently. That's because the client was a jackass. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't because of my gambling addiction. And so, yeah, screw Bill, because I don't even like him. Not even a fan of Bill.
So it sounds like you have a very active brain. You are always doing something involving some form of gambling or something of the sort, because I don't know how you feel about stocks, but do you think the stocks are kind of associated with the gambling for you a little bit then as well, or?
You know, Cameron, maybe. I am pretty active. I like to be a pretty active thinker. My mind's always going. It's always racing. I always need to do something. Can't stand still. The market's always moving, so I gotta always move. You know, I gotta stay up to speed with it. I was inspired at a young age by watching Wolf of Wall Street, and ever since then I've been go, 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 gotta sell. You know, I just like it. I like money talks to me. I like gambling. Gambling's fun. I have a wife. She doesn't like my gambling that much either, but you know what? My money is what puts food on the table. So Agnes has to deal with it. Agnes has to be real, and she has to she's a stay-at-home mom, eh? I got 2 kids, beautiful kids. Look at me, I'm beautiful. I got 2 beautiful kids. You should see Agnes. So yeah, you know, she should recognize that my gambling is what puts money on the table, because I am a high-risk gambler for stocks, and I love it. And I go to the casino too. I do blackjack. I do what's it called? Goddamn poker. I do Texas Hold'em, Texas Hold'em. I get the boys on the table, I make money, and boom, bada bing, bada boom, we're in and out. You know, I lose sometimes, but you know, whatever, it's okay.
It sounds like you really enjoy the risks of gambling, and you know, do you feel like that has taken away from your career a little bit though?
No, I don't think so. My career's fine. You know, I've been making money. What does my boss Bill have to say about it? Whatever, he can talk. But hey, I bring in the clients, I bring in the money, you know, it's fine. I don't see a problem, you know.
And it sounds like you said something about your wife having a little bit of problem with it as well. Would you like to elaborate on that a little bit for me?
Yeah, Agnes, right? She's got a problem. She says that I spend too much time at work, and she doesn't think I'm actually working. She thinks I'm just looking at stocks or I'm going to casino. And sometimes she's right, eh? Sometimes I do just go to the casino, just get away from her. I go home, she nags. I don't know what to do, you know? I go home, she says, how's work? I say, it's okay. And then she says, I don't want to talk, she doesn't want to talk to me. I have to deal with the kids when I go home. Yeah, it's very frustrating. Those two little rugrats, I don't like them, They're mine, but I don't like them. I'd rather be at the poker table, having a couple of sakis.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're having a lot of negativity come from different parts of your life, whether it be your work or your home, and it's kind of having a little bit of an impact on you. Do you think that that might be pushing you a little bit more towards the gambling in that?
Maybe. It might. It's hard to say, but I do sometimes go to gamble because my wife is annoying. I don't know why I married her, you know what I mean? Women.
Oh,
But yeah, sometimes, she is a little annoying. And so yeah, I'll say I don't want to deal with this. So I'm going to go to the old casino and I'll do some gambling. And then usually my friend Jack's there, Jack Daniels, he's always there for me. So I'm doing blackjack and a lot of Jacks in my life.
now, by Jack Daniels, are you referring to a person or to alcohol?
Oh, the bottle, buddy.
Oh,
I get the bottle, boom, get the glass, throw the glass out, take the bottle, and I'm just going at the bottle, and then I'm have Jack Daniels there. I got blackjack, and I got my friend Jack, who's also black. So we're just having a fun time.
All right, so it sounds like you got a couple of things going on here. We've got the problems at home with your wife and how she perceives your gambling and your work. You got problems at work, dealing with your boss and dealing with clients and that. I'm kind of just like trying to figure out which one we should focus on here. So, maybe we can talk just a little bit more about them and figure out which one would be the most important to work on. Because as it stands right now, you don't see your gambling as a problem, correct?
I don't think so,
No?
but maybe.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about the stuff at work. So your relationship with your boss has been kind of strained recently, right?
Yeah, I've lost 2 clients recently, and Bill's been on my butt about it. And he says it's because of gambling. And the past couple of months, I have been gambling a little more. So maybe, I guess there is a relationship there. Maybe maybe I'm gambling a little too much, and then my clients, I'm ignoring them. You never know. But that could be a thing. That could be a thing. Maybe Bill has something to preach about, but I don't know how to communicate with him because I feel like he's an ass to me. So he's an ass to me. So I just keep gambling because he's a dick.
Did you and Bill ever have a really close relationship at any point then, or?
Me and Bill used to be close friends. He got me into gambling, and maybe it was a sign of respect and connectiveness to him. That's why I continue to gamble, because I remember gambling with Bill pretty well, but I think he was able to control it versus I think maybe it went off the rails,
So what kind of lawyer are you right now then, Joseph?
I am a corporate lawyer. We work with top clients, BMO is one of them. Pretty much all the major banks. I'm working on prosecuting Donald Trump right now, actually, because on the corporate side, I don't want to get into politics, but on the corporate, he's had a few bankruptcies with. He has this Trump University. That's my case right now, and so I'm working on busting his balls over it.
So do you think after, a little bit of talking, do you think you and Bill could have that relationship again? Because if you guys had been friends at one point, do you think maybe, just acknowledging the fact that he got you into gambling might actually help you, explain to him why it's gotten to the point it has?
I like Bill. Bill's a great guy. I actually really enjoy Bill. And I think maybe if I had one-on-one with him, maybe talked about, okay, maybe gambling has gotten me a little more than you. Maybe you can empathize with that, and maybe we can work on things, and maybe we can build a relationship. I don't want to get fired. I like Bill. I like this job. I bring in the money,
It seems like you do take pride in the things you do, whether it be your work or your gambling. Now, I'm kind of wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more on the family situation for you. Obviously, you've been married for, I'm not sure how long, but you've had 2 kids with your
6
wife.
years.
Have you guys been like separating a little bit, like emotionally then, or?
Yeah, you know, I get home, and she's there, and I feel maybe she feels trapped, and maybe she has low self-esteem because she's a stay-at-home mom, and maybe we have a breakdown communication there. But I'm tired when I get home, and you know, I just want to relax and stuff, and maybe I should focus on talking with my wife a little more. And maybe that's a problem with me. I think my wife should have food on the table ready for me and stuff. Maybe I'm wrong in that sense, and maybe going to the gambling after when I get home from work isn't the best idea.
Well, it sounds like, you know, you're saying that you guys don't communicate too much anymore. Do you think maybe communicating a little bit more would be a good idea for you guys? Like, have you tried talking about things at all?
You know, I've tried, and I just don't think we're there. I think we have to work on our communication skills, because we get home and she'll say something, I'll say something, and then it's just barking, you know? It's like 2 dogs. It's just, and like kids cry, then I cry. You know, it's just not good. It's not good. It's on a healthy household right now, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like it's been pretty tough for you guys to kind of like, you know, figure out where to go from here. So, listening to what you're saying about the work and at home, I think the first place to focus here might be with the workplace, because it sounds like, you know, you really do take pride in your work and stuff, and, you know, maybe having a little bit of a disconnect with your boss there is kind of causing you to, you know, have some difficulties in the rest of your life. So, what do you think you could do to kind of start remedying things with Bill a little bit?
Well, you know, maybe I can go to Bill and say, you know what, I'm sorry, Bill. Maybe I've had this problem, and you know, because you were there when you gambled with me. Maybe we can talk, and maybe we can work out a direction where I gamble less, and maybe I can pick up a new client, and we can build something that's more healthy, you know?
Well, yeah, because you were saying before that Bill was a little fixated on the fact that you had lost some clients. Have you tried to talk to him maybe about the reason why they left, or trying to explain things to him a little bit, or?
No, not really. No, he just was pissed that I lost the clients, and I said, hey, you know, and we haven't really had a healthy discussion about it, and I think maybe we should have that discourse and talk about it, and that could be really helpful.
Because it's sounding to me a little bit like, you know, your relationship has been mostly that of boss and employee at this point, but you seem to value it as more like a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Bill hasn't understood that fully, so.
Yeah, you know, maybe that's the thing. Maybe I thought we were maybe I took advantage of Bill. Maybe I thought we were friends, and I took advantage by gambling and stuff, and I never took my work as seriously. Maybe I should focus on building a relationship, boss and worker type.
So going forward, do you think there'd be anything that you could do immediately to maybe help you reduce the gambling at work a little bit?
Maybe not. Maybe to ignore my laptop, 'cause that's what I use when I gamble at work. So maybe I should ignore it. But I do need it for work, so maybe I should just like maybe block certain websites and stuff in which I gamble on. But it's hard, Cameron. It's difficult because I do like it, I feel hooked, but maybe I should just have a conversation with Bill about it. Maybe I can be monitored or something.
It's also a possibility, because it does seem like you work in quite a risky trade, maybe do some more like high-risk clients, or try and take on a little bit more work, because it sounds like you are quite confident in what you do, so.
I'm the best, let me tell you. I'm the best.
Do you think there might be any opportunities for you to maybe take on a case that would allow you to be more invested into it, and allow you to be, you know, a little bit more responsible, that could kind of keep that urge like satisfied while giving you the opportunity to do it as a professional thing?
That sounds pretty good. That sounds exactly right up my alley, you know? Maybe I can make money, but with a high risk of doing it by work and not doing it illegitimately through gambling. That sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll talk to Bill about that and build our relationship and maybe get a big case on my folder.
It definitely seems like you know what needs to happen. So I think what we should focus on for right now for goals is trying to get you and Bill reconnected and try and have that trust reestablished between you, because it seems like the more he gets upset with you, the harder it is for you to do your job effectively, because you know he's starting to try and blame you for losing clients, even though you haven't necessarily been the reason they left.
Yeah.
And it's causing the work to be strained between you guys. So
Well, I think you're right about that, you know. I think maybe if I do have a conversation, there will be less stress between me and him. I think a good thing to first do, maybe just, hey, you know, set up a meeting and I'll talk to him about it. Because I want a good relationship with my boss, you know, he's my boss.
he's your boss, but he's also your friend.
Yeah, I know, it's just, you know what I mean? It's a sticky situation.
And I feel like once we've worked through things at work, you know, we can start looking at things like your relationship with your wife and that a bit, because obviously for you, it seems like coming home after work, which has been exhausting,
Yeah.
it's difficult for you to make that connection with your wife because you're already kind of beaten down at this point.
Yeah. I could do that, yeah, I think that actually makes a lot of sense, you know? I'm beaten up from work, I don't wanna get home and deal with another problem, right?
Yeah.
So maybe if I fix stuff at work, then maybe things will be easier in my personal life with Agnes. Beautiful lady, let me tell you, I'm 5'6", she's 6'4", Irish, love it, our kids are freaks.
From what I'm hearing, it definitely sounds like you do love
Love
your
her.
wife.
I love her.
There's just a bit of difficulty kind of moving forward now. Obviously, you know, being with her and the kids is not ideal when you have the option to go and gamble, right?
Yeah, it's a thing. I would rather gamble than go home and listen to her complain, you know?
All right, well, Joseph, what we'll do then is we're going to get you to, you know, do some thinking over the next week about some things that you could talk to Bill about. Maybe try talking to him a little bit just to kind of break the ice about things. Let him know that you'd like to talk to him, because Bill's your boss, so I'm assuming he's the one who recommended you come here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe tell him that things are working out a little bit here and see if you can get a conversation started, and we can talk about it a bit more next week, and we'll work on getting things back on track for you. I definitely think you're the type of person who will bounce back in no time, as long as you start addressing things, because it seems like for you, letting things build up has been a little bit difficult, and it's kind of made relationships a little bit strained.
Yeah, it has. That sounds good, Cameron. It was really nice talking to you, and I think you've been helping me. I think it's been good. You know, I'm gonna go talk to Bill, and maybe things will help or you know work out.
It's I'm glad that you're getting something out of this, because you know not everybody who gets sent in tends to like it, and I feel like definitely be something good going forward.
All right. Well, thanks a lot,
It
Cameron.
was a pleasure meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Miliano.